It's a beautiful Sunday morning in January. It's going to be a high of about 50 degrees today. In the last video, I took the Watersnake T24 trolling motor and ran it for 2 straight hours on the eco-worthy 20 amp hour lithium battery. Today, I'm going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to try a distance challenge. I'm going to try to take this from a neighborhood near downtown Wilmington all the way down the Cape Fear River downstream to Carolina Beach State Park and pull out down there. It's going to be a pretty nice day. I'll have fallen tide the entire time. I'm going to do a voltage check here in a minute, see what the voltage is now, and then do a voltage check later on when I pull this boat out of the water. So freshly charged 13.6 volts. So I think I got down to 12.5 or 12.6 in the last video when I ran this for about 2 hours, maybe a little more than 2 hours consistently, but I was zigzagging. I did stop a couple times. On this trip, I'm going to be a straight, consistent speed all the way down the river for about 8 miles. Hello everybody, today it's a beautiful day on the Cape Fear River and I'm in this Lifetime Tamarack Kayak with the Watersnake T24 trolling motor out here on the Cape Fear River. I'm planning on going 7 miles downstream from this neighborhood called River Lights and pulling out down at Carolina Beach State Park. That should be a little over 7 miles, maybe 8 miles. We'll see. Got the GPS to actually do some speed checks. I'll have the tide behind me, so I should be going a little faster than I was able to travel on Greenfield Lake, but that's yet to be determined. The only concerns I have today is, well, the battery going dead and boat wakes, because I'm pretty exposed out here in this little kayak out here on the river. We'll see how it all works out. Gonna hug the bank and got my safety checks in place. Let's see what happens. Picking up speed. It's pretty quick, but we're going through this little channel. The tide and the wind are going to be behind me on the entire way down. That'll be quite helpful. Got some wave action. I'm out here a little further, closer to the shipping channel, trying to pick up some speed. And gonna get seasick. Just kidding. My first set of islands in a series of islands. I'm hoping to get a little bit of a lee. The wind has picked up just a little bit. It's coming out of the southeast, kind of blowing me around some and making a little bit of a chop. I'm going to hopefully get behind these islands and hopefully the tide will pick up. I'm only making 3.5 knots. ETA about 150. But the GPS says I've got about 4.3 miles left to go. I'm currently I've been over 4 miles an hour for the last half an hour or so. And I wish I brought some snacks. I figured the trip I'd be making a little bit faster speed than this, but the tide hasn't reached its full potential yet. And it probably won't till I get a little bit closer to my destination. But no complaints. My hands are cold. Wish I brought some gloves. This is called Sharktooth Island. It's a popular place because it's a real short kayak trip from a park that's right over here called River Road Park. In the summertime, at low tide, there's tons of people out here. Kayakers, paddleboarders, people in small john boats. A lot of people hang out on this island over here. Keg Island as well. And no one's out here today though. Just me in my tiny little kayak, trying to prove a point. Lonely little buoy. Yeah, usually the current is ripping by these pilings, and it's not, so we still haven't hit full current potential yet. Now, things are going really well. Got about 3.5 miles left to go. The worst is yet to come, or the sketchiest is yet to come, where I cross Snow's Cut, where the Intercoastal Waterway meets the Cape Fear. And I'm now further down the river than I've ever been in a kayak. I've been out here in a boat a bunch, but as far as a kayak, I just crossed that dock that we just went through. That's one of the most southern point that I've been in a kayak out here on the Cape Fear River. And then I start to get into a more exposed, more open water area where I'll be hugging the bank, and I probably won't get as good as a push from the current. And then I get into the little islands that people call the haystacks or the grass islands, where really good fishing. That's my first boat. That's a crabber. He's out here making a living, and I'm out here screwing around, and nobody else is out here. I'm about to cross. I'm about 1.5 miles away. I can actually see Caroline Beach State Park. I can see the marina. I can see the beach that I want to land at. So I should be in about 30 minutes pulling up along the beach there, if I don't have any issues crossing the Intercoastal Waterway, which is going to be the Snow's Cut passage where the Intercoastal Waterway meets the Cape Fear River. And I've seen quite a few boats crossing up there. I see 2 up there in the distance right now. Well, land ho. I see the land, and I think I see my wife pulling up. At least there's a truck with a top on it that might be mine. It's a lot choppier down here. I'm going a lot faster. I'm about to kick it up into speed number 2 so I can hurry up and get across this channel. There's a shoal right here. It's only about 1.5 foot deep. That's why it's gotten real choppy. Then it drops down to about 25 feet when I cross this channel. And that Snow's Cut going up that way. Entrance to the marina. And I have no steering. My steering just broke. At least it broke all the way down here. Well, folks, there you have it. That was about 8 miles, probably more than that with all the zigzagging I had to do. Made it to Caroline Beach State Park. It took me a little while. I just got to go up here and find my ride. So, in a few minutes, I'll do a voltage check and see what the battery got down to. But that was pretty nice. About 11:30, and it's now about 1:30. Not bad. 2 hours. Made it down the river. Yeah, about 8 miles. Made about 4 miles an hour, probably the average, the whole way down. Now I'm at Caroline Beach State Park, and my back hurts, and I'm cold and I'm hungry. Well, back here in the studio, and I've got my battery here and my voltage meter. I want to check and see what we got for voltage after running this thing. So after 2.5 hours of runtime, covering 8 miles down the Cape Fear River, I still have 12.6, almost 12.7 volts out of a 4-pound battery, making an 8-mile trip. Man, that's pretty impressive. However, in the summertime, if the battery would have died on me, that wouldn't have been a big deal because I just would have paddled the rest of the way. I'm kind of running out of ideas with this kayak. The next thing I'm going to do is install my second battery and put in this variable speed controller. I use these at work. I probably will get half a year out of that thing before it fails, but it'd be pretty cool to have the ability to adjust your speed in infinite positions. Anyway, once again, I appreciate you guys watching these videos. I really enjoy making them, and I'll see you on the next one.